girl, like, can't even,
yeah.
Ain't no words.
What make you marry him though?
It'll make you miss some red flags. Thank you for tuning in. We are Tristan and Michael, and you are listening to Fused, transparent conversations for marriage, family, and relationships. We invite you to discuss perspectives that are thought about but not talked about. So tell your friends and family to check us out and join us on our social media and the conversation by emailing us at info@fusedmarriages.com. All right, Michael. We're going to jump into something today.
Yeah, we got a fun one today. Well, fun could be interesting, could be informative as well.
All right.
Right? It could be a lot of different things. So let's jump into it. You know what? Let's talk about the 5 reasons of why to get married. Really, let me rephrase that. Hold on. The 5 reasons of why not to get married.
Okay. These are the worst reasons. The worst reasons to get married.
Right.
5 reasons why you should not get married.
Why you should not get married.
Okay.
And so, you know what? I'm gonna start off. Most people may this little tune. She's your queen to be. Okay, some of y'all that know that just from that part, y'all know what I'm talking about. That's Coming to America.
Coming to America.
And what number 5, the reason I get married. So Coming to America, the whole concept of the whole movie is he's in a country where his parents pick his bride. There's a young prince, and the parents pick the bride. And she has all these great qualities, this, that, and the other, does everything you want, but the parent, he's like, I ain't really feeling that though.
I love the way you're talking about this movie.
Yeah. In my head, I'm seeing it like it's playing across my mind. We have to put it like in the splash screen somewhere so we can see it on the YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
he's getting married, and he's not feeling her. So he comes to America to find a true bride. He comes to Queens. Of all places, he's like, where can I find a queen at? I go to Queens, New York.
That's it.
That's where he went to. So number 5.
Shout out to Queens. Shout out to
Queens. You know, we got listeners everywhere. Some in Queens, in New York.
Come on.
So the aspect of one of the, and then people may, think this doesn't happen, but a lot of times parents say, you know what, y'all look good together. Y'all should go ahead and get together.
Okay.
And
that's our number 5 reason.
Number 5.
Mommy and daddy tell you this is who you should marry.
Right.
Number 5.
Right. And we live in a society where it may not necessarily like force you to. Some people may do that. But we live in a society that may not, at least in the US, they may not force you to, but they really strongly imply, you know what? Y'all just go date. Y'all just go, come on now. Y'all look like y'all be good together. Y'all been knowing each other for so long, or he's nice, or she's this, and just go try. And they put that little, that parent silent pressure on you of saying, like, man, okay, well, maybe I should. But in your heart, you like, you know what? I ain't never felt them like that to start with.
Or they try to set you up. I know a lot of parents will try to set you up with somebody like, this is my friend's daughter, and I really think, she's a really sweet girl, or this is my friend's son. He's such a good guy. I really think that y'all would hit it off. And then you kind of feel the mounting pressure, even if you date for a little while, like, I really like them. Why are y'all not going to get, y'all should. And then you feel that like, no, I don't want to do that. So that's number 5.
That's number 5. Let's say this, hold on, before we go to number 4. It's like, there's nothing wrong with, parent connecting you, getting you hooked up. It's when they continue to pushing you, right? They don't tell you once, it'll be 6, 8 months, a year later, they still like, have you dated them? You talked to them yet? Like, to me, that's too much, as in my opinion. I don't know what you think.
Some parents are out there like, wait, that's what I plan on doing, or that's what I do. I think that the challenge is that when you, particularly, I'm going to talk about when you've dated somebody that the parent likes, if the relationship doesn't work out, they still feel the connection, and they still feel like, well, oh, you just give up too soon. You might have heard that before. Oh, y'all just didn't give it a chance, or they're a really nice person. You just really need to work it out. Not all relationships, it's not always going to be easy. And you might hear all of these terms and feel like, well, maybe the problem is me. Maybe my parent is right. And it's not that parents don't give good advice. Right. Because I'm a parent, I want to be able to give my kid advice that they're going to heed and listen to. But it's also looking at yourself, being reflective, and saying, okay, why am I not? Is it because I'm scared? Yeah. Is it because, I'm not ready? And being honest with your parents, being honest with yourself, saying, okay, this is why this relationship didn't work. I was this, or they were that. And being able to kind of say, okay, this is the direction I'm going to go, versus your parents pushing you, well, they're a really nice guy, you should give them another chance, and then doing it just because of that. And we want to honor our parents, but we also have to recognize that our life is our own, and we are responsible for the choices that we make. So number 5.
So hold on, as you were talking, my mind was, my wheels were turning on. If y'all can see it, y'all can't see it if y'all listening, but something on YouTube, y'all can maybe see it. I was thinking, right? I was thinking, and sometimes it's not just parents, it's friends. Right, friends can actually kind of like, hey, y'all should get together, y'all should try this. And I have a quick story on a friend, which is actually me. So one of my friends was dating this guy, right?
Okay.
And I thought they were kind of this introduction, maybe 6 months in or something like that. And this guy, I thought he was great. I thought he was like, you know what, this is a great guy. He ended up cooking for myself and my family, and I was like, man, this is a good dude here. Then I find out 2 weeks later they broke up.
How'd you feel?
So I was like, what happened? Why y'all break up?
His food was so good.
Yeah, his food, he was cool. We connected. You know what I mean? We listened to music together. I'm like, man, are you sure? You know what I mean? Like, are you sure y'all need to break up? So like, I was really putting pressure, and I mean, this person, like, they were like, no, I'm done. And I was like, why? And I want them to like, no.
Need an explanation.
Rekindle this thing. What happened, I need to work that out. I need to work that out. I need to rekindle this thing. But so friends can sometimes push you into something that, you know what, no, it's not for me. I understand what you like, but it ain't for me. So
mommy and daddy can be replaced with friends. So that's our number 5. Mom and dad tell you this is who you should be with, or friends. Okay, what's our number 4?
So number 4, this may apply to both men and women. I know it applies to men a lot, maybe women too for that matter. So maybe, but you know what? They fine. Man, I'm finna marry them. You know what? Have you seen her? No. It's not have you seen her walk away? We tell our boys, like, if you seen her walking, like what?
It's a mess, and it's true.
Yeah,
I know.
Like that's why I'm getting with that. If you seen her walk away,
shame.
And you know what? Unfortunately, our eyes get mixed up where our heart and mind should be, and we start seeing some things that and missing some things in this case.
Yeah.
Because we're visually attracted to them, but they may be super fine. But are they really connected to the place we need to be to actually be marriage material?
You said fellas do that. Women do that. We see you.
Okay. Talk about it then. Tell me, because I ain't a woman, so you got to tell me about what it's about.
We might not be like walk away, but be like, oh, girl. Can't even. Yeah. Ain't no words.
What make you marry him, though?
It'll make you miss some red flags.
Okay.
It'll make you miss some things. And we don't say it that way. Like, y'all might say it that way. We won't say it that way. Be like, well, he just, I don't know, he does something to me, or maybe he doesn't mean it. So we will allow the attractiveness of his goodness, whatever he is, how he looks, how he makes me feel on my eyes, that can translate not just to appearance, but to how I feel about him. Like, oh man, he makes me feel good. I love when he looks at me that way, or man, just like he makes me feel special. And some brothers out there, I'm just going to talk from the sister. Some brothers can, they got this game. They they know how to play it. And so they can give you that look. And some women can do it too. I'm not trying to discriminate. I'm just talking from my perspective. They can give you that look. Then they're giving that look to other people, so they know what works. They know what can get them out of some trouble. Okay. So you just have to be mindful, that he might be easy on the eyes, but not so easy on the heart. So you want to be able to, negotiate and separate some of that, because we can make some excuses because he looks good.
Yeah, I want to hear this. Maybe women have done this. You're going to speak for all women in this scenario.
Oh,
I didn't see guys marry somebody because they fine. Just that's it. They ain't got no other but they just, man, they a 10 on a 10 scale, and they will marry somebody strictly because they fine. That's it. Women do that.
I don't
that you know of. You know what I mean?
I don't know if we gonna marry you just because you fine.
Yeah. I didn't know if y'all did. I don't know if y'all did. And I was curious.
Ladies, maybe y'all out there, y'all might be the one that did so, or There's some other things that we're going to get into that I think women might be a little bit more prone to marry because of. But I do know that we will give y'all a lot of passes because, man, he just looks so good. He smells so nice. He makes me feel good. I love the way that he touches me. Like, all of that we miss some stuff. So I don't know about the marrying you because you find helps though.
I think you hit on something, and you keep saying it. I don't know if you even know that you're saying it.
What?
You're using fine, and then use transition to how he makes me feel.
Yeah.
So really, he can be ugly, make you feel good, and you'll mess around and like, okay, I shouldn't say nobody's ugly, but like people are just challenging, how they look.
Challenged physically.
Yeah. Ain't nobody. I don't think God doesn't make anybody that's ugly. So let me take that back. But y'all would say somebody that isn't maybe you're not as physically attracted to, and they make you feel a certain way.
Oh yeah.
And y'all can. So you keep. Yeah.
That's real. Because there might be some brothers that are not that they might not have it together, but man, he makes me feel special. He's different. He treats me differently than the other guys have before. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
So how do you draw the line? Okay, in that case, me as a man, I'm struggling with that one. Because no, it's just like, okay, if a woman makes me feel good, why would I not want to pursue that more?
Oh, shoot.
So why no? And women, how does that work differently, and the issues come up with that?
Because that's just, and we've talked about this before. Feelings aren't facts. So just because something feels good does not mean that is for you. That can be in relationships, that can be in job, that can be in location, that can just span the spectrum. Just because something feels good does not mean that is what's for you. Okay. So a dude or a sister can make you feel good. You like being around them. They have really great positive energy. They bring out a side of you that you didn't know that you would enjoy, and they still not be for you.
Right.
So you have to be careful with that. And I'll speak from a woman's perspective because we tend to be more feeling driven. And I'm analytical, and I know there are some analytical women out there as well, where you feel something and then you analyze. How do you feel? You might journal about it. You might have to talk it out. How do I feel? Why do I feel this way? And still be misled because it feels so good. Or when they're around, they send you text messages in the middle of the day, and that makes you feel special. Or they send you like cookies or candy, or when you go out on dates, they're doing all the right things, but you still got to run that stuff through a filter because they might do that stuff and it not be all there is to the story. You have to be aware. You have to be looking. Just being conscious is really important.
That's good.
So for the men, it might be, man, she fine, dude, she fine. And for the ladies, it might, man, he's so sweet, he's so nice, he's so good to me. And that not be all that there is. So yeah, we can get duped into getting married because he's a nice dude. He might not be sexy and all that, but that could also grow on you. Like he might not start off looking cute, and it might, I don't know if it's the same for dudes, but maybe, okay, I guess not. But he might not start off be like, man, he kind of grew on me. I kind of I like his little belly, and I like his rough hands, and I like when he don't shave, no shave November.
I thought you were talking about CeeLo. You talking about like CeeLo?
No, CeeLo can sing though. I mean, just sing to me, So anyway, that's number 4 reason why not to get married, because she fine though. Okay, what's number 3?
Number 3 is that they have money. In some cases, we can transition right if they have money or have good credit. Right. Some people are like, okay, you know what? Got money and good credit. I'm finna get with that.
Yeah, that's real.
That should be now. Each one of these, like individually, you combine them up. You know what? Okay, you can say, it may be a reason to get married. But if you just say, you know what, I'm gonna marry somebody for money and they got good credit.
And that's not to say that those things don't matter. Like looking at their spending habits, like, okay, where do they allocate their funds, or do they have good credit? Why do they not? Was good credit handed to them because their parents? Because somebody can have good credit and still have no financial wisdom. Okay. So it could be something, hey, their parents put them in place. That's great. Like, that's what we want to do as parents, put our children in a fiscally responsible environment and position. But that does not mean that person knows how to handle money. So, you gotta dig a little deeper than, okay, they have a nice car, or they have the right, okay, she keeps herself together, she looks the part, or man, he's doing everything right. That does not mean that that's the end all and be all. That does not mean that that's, well, we're gonna be all right, because there are people with money that are miserable, and there are there are plenty of people that get a divorce that have bank accounts with a whole lot of zeros. So that's not gonna be enough.
Money's not gonna be enough. And I think there's a song that came out. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but I don't see her. Yeah, okay. You know the rest of that.
You know the words.
Yeah, you know the words. But like, yeah, I think money, you know what, there's nothing wrong with, somebody having money or trying to find somebody that's financially stable. But you got to understand, like you hit it on the head, how people handle that money. Mm-hmm. And like, are they using that money too as like, I call it a power play. Oh. You know what? It comes in real subtle. They don't show the front. They kind of, maybe just whining and dining you, giving you this, giving you that. But ultimately, they start helping. You know what? Nonsense. I'm making a decision since I'm paying for this and doing that.
Real talk.
You got to understand that.
Yeah.
Which could be an issue that, if you're only focusing on, okay, they have money and they have good credit. Okay, but what does that mean for a relationship? How they going to treat you and handle you in that?
Yeah. Yeah. I think money is one of those things that can be really deceptive.
Yeah.
Because they can say, oh, well, they're hardworking. They make good money. And you can team up. Neither of you have good money. Mm-hmm. Team up and get somewhere. Because you have a goal. You can start acquiring things and making financial decisions together. Hey, we're going to bring both of our little bit, right, and make a lot. So money, it's important to have the stability of mind. I think is even more important than having all this money in the account. Like saying, okay, this is where we're going. Hey, where do you see yourself in your financial future? What are your financial goals? Right. Not what's your credit score? Oh, okay, check. Okay, yeah. How much? What's your bank account? Okay, see how generous they are on both sides, both men and women. Is he always the one that's doing? If she ever say like, hey, I'm gonna drop something off for you. Hey, yeah. I got sandwiches for lunch. Let's go out to lunch. Or even if that's not your thing, just look at how the spending habits are of the other person is going to be more telling. How kind are they? How generous? Do they give to charities? Do they give to organizations? How do they invest their time and their energy? It's going to tell you a whole lot more about the character of that person than just what's in their wallet.
Yep, that's good.
So that's our number 3 worst reason to get married is because they got money. Okay, number 2.
Now, number 2 is a little tricky.
Okay.
Because it's easy to get sucked into this one. Mm-hmm. And number two is we like the same things.
That's interesting. Come on.
Right, just hearing it like, okay, man, what's the problem with that?
Yeah.
So like to me, there's a philosophy. Okay, if everybody like the same thing, you know what? She like playing video games. I like playing video games. She likes sports. I like sports. You know what? She like getting her nails done. I like get. Okay, I can't even really say that.
Some brothers go.
Okay,
I see her.
Yeah, that's let that be them, because that is not me.
I'm gonna get you in
let that. No, you not. There's some things I just won't do it. I'm not saying I ain't knocking it, but it ain't for me.
It's not for you.
Not for me.
Fair enough.
You know what? Y'all want to go get y'all toes done, brother? Somebody, touching y'all toes and stuff. Like I can't. That's weird.
For you,
that's well, so it feel good. You may like it. I would never find out if I like it or not.
We'll see. I'll update y'all.
No, ain't no update. Day. The update is it ain't happening. That's the update. Jump 5 years from now. That's the update's the same.
10 years, maybe.
10 years, 20 years from now, it's the same.
Okay. I guess. So we're saying liking the same things does not mean that you should be together.
Right.
Why not?
It's good, right, to like the same things. Mm-hmm. But like, where does she see you different as far as can make you bring different aspects to your life? Mm-hmm. Or he can bring a different aspect to your life. We all liking the same thing. It's like, okay, we all live in the same life. And ultimately, unless you got life figured out, you need some help, somebody to kind of show you something different, tell you something different, expose you to something different. And like, ultimately, that's what marriage is about. You know what? Somebody actually shining a light in some of your dark places.
Wow. And
that dark place could be like, okay, y'all never really had, this type of food. Mm-hmm. I never really traveled here. And like, we're not always going to be, we both like going to New York and that's all we ever go to. Just New York, what's greater than New York?
I don't know.
For you, that's like,
love you.
Like I may want to show you Australia or something. We go to Austria. Forget about Germany, France. Go to Austria. Look at the wineries and you know what I mean? With the rolling hills or that, you know what I mean? Just
Austria is beautiful.
Yeah. So like it could be just different aspects that, a person can bring to your life. If you like the exact same thing across the board.
You don't have any diversity.
None whatsoever. Yeah. And you can get sucked into that. Like, you know what? Oh, okay, we all like the same thing. Ultimately, it's going to play out in a crazy way, an aspect like, you know what? Y'all not going to really grow as a unit or as individuals.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I think the danger in that too is that liking the same things, not only are you not able to grow, but then your activities and your lifestyle, you can't even evolve together. Like, not just like, okay, we do the same things. It becomes so routine that it becomes boring.
Right.
I think that's what I'm getting at. That you can do the same. Hey, we watch football every Sunday and every Monday, and then we eat the same thing every night, and it becomes so like dull, so commonplace.
Right.
That there's no. It's predictable. And one of the great things about having diversity in your marriage, diversity of thought, is that you can evolve, like what you're talking about, but it keeps everything exciting. It keeps everything interesting. Like one day I'm going to get Michael to go get his nails done, and that's going to be exciting. It's going to be interesting for me. I'm going to film it. I'll put it on the YouTube whenever that happens. No. So I think that you can often see a partner as, like what we're saying, we like all the same stuff. That does not mean that you should be together.
Right.
I think there's like this school of thought is that you like the same things until you don't. Because one person, also a different way to look at it, one person might evolve, they might change, they might grow. True. They might say, you know what, I don't really like that. And if the other person was so stuck on, well, this is what we do together, this is our thing, then there's going to be tension. I don't understand why you don't like this anymore. Right. Like, why? This is what we always play video games every Tuesday night from 7 to 10. That's what we do. Right. Like, and then you don't feel connected, and then what? Then okay, well, there must be somebody else, and so there's all these things that are built into the sameness of the relationship that doesn't allow freedom for growth, for couple evolution, for individual evolution. Right. So liking all the same things does not mean that you should be together in almost any way. Now, that's not to say that you can't enjoy some of the same things, but just because you say, well, I like these 5 things and their 5 things line up, no.
Yep. No, I think you hit it. I think that's a significant risk of trying to say, okay, I'm gonna find somebody that likes exactly what I like. Mm-hmm. You know what? That's just a big risk, and you may not see it in that first month, 2 months, even first year, but it's gonna play out like, man, okay, hold on. Mm-hmm. I got flaws I'm trying to figure out, and I'm changing and evolving, like they not or whatever. I got to figure out now what. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we're also not saying that you have to be completely opposite in everything. I want to find somebody totally different from me because I need some excitement in my life. To me, that's using a person. Like, okay, well, my life is like this. I want somebody totally different so that they can make me have more fun, or they can make me do these things, or I'm going to find somebody that's super organized so that they can make me organized. No, you do the work on you. And as you're moving forward in life, then you partner with somebody that can, hey, I like doing these things. I'm not that great. I've tried to spend some time investing in myself in this way, but man, they're excellent at it. We can partner in these areas, but it's not finding somebody, hey, I have this big open hole, come fill it. Right. I'm empty in this area. Come fix this. That's not what a partner is for. Yeah. So it's really important that we're doing the work on ourselves, and then our partner comes and helps us do that work. So that's the number 2 reason. I think that's a really big trap is we like all the same stuff. So the number 1 reason.
So number 1 reasons. Yep. Drum roll. So it's like, this is a tough one because it's really, it's a sensitive one because it's really happening to people that get to the point where, okay, like, man, is this ever going to happen? And number 1 is I'm running out of time.
That is so real.
And people often put it like, okay, it's just women. No, men feel that pressure too. Oh. I know some men that feel that pressure of saying, okay, like, man, I want to get married. I want to have kids. I want to do this. And they did all the other stuff in their 20s and 30s. Now they get to the point like, man, I'm like, now what? And I think it plays across both genders, men and women, and maybe differently for women in different age. I'm not sure when that happens, but typically when a man getting them upper 30s, 40s, they're looking like, okay, most of them matured enough saying, I ain't trying to figure something out.
Yeah. I think from a woman's perspective, we get well, are you going to have kids? So then we're rushing into marriage so that we can, reproduce. Yeah. So it's not necessarily love. And then we kind of like, we'll overlook things because, well, I want to have a baby. And that's not all women, but you can get pressured into that, or being like the single aunt, like you get that kind of title. Like,
right.
I know I've heard, oh, you're going to be an old cat lady, or, oh, if you break up with him, man, y'all been dating for a long time. Are you sure that you want to do that? Like, you're not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah.
So women will get that kind of pressure either from being like able to procreate, or from like something's necessarily wrong with being unmarried.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like we talk about relationships, and we talk about marriage, but we're also talking about you can have a very positive and influential life and not be married, to just have really great, positive, encouraging friendships and relationships, and people that you invest in. So it's important to look at yourself and say, I'm not going to settle just because the clock is ticking. The clock's going to keep ticking. And you can't get married thinking, well, this is going to fulfill me. This is going to make me happy. Because, hey, I was getting older. I got tired of doing life by myself. So now is the time, and I'm going to be satisfied. No, marriage comes with some stuff. And you might look back and be like, oh man, was this worth it? Because it's not easy. So getting married just because of time, it's don't do it. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Men or women. Because I know some guys, they'll be like, man, there's so many attractive or pretty women, and they think something's wrong. I've heard this. Like, guys will say that women think something's wrong with them because they've never been married and they're in their 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s or whatever. Like, there's nothing wrong, man. I'm just not married. And I'm not talking about necessarily guys that have been divorced or widowed, but there are some guys that's just like, hey, I haven't found that one. And they might feel that same pressure.
Yeah. The pressure is real. So, I mean, I can't take away from the pressure that people may be feeling. But what I can do is give some advice and saying, you know what, don't let that give into the pressure of picking the wrong person because of the pressure.
That's good.
The pressure's real.
Yeah.
Just don't pick the wrong person because of the pressure that you're feeling.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I would say, you know what, just try to be understanding. So, you know what, yeah, because you can't take away the pressure. Somebody's, at that point where they're feeling that, just don't let that drive you into the wrong arms of a person.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
Either way, either gender. Because getting married is one of the biggest decisions that you're going to make in your life. There are some decisions that can change the trajectory of your life, and marriage is one of them. So when you're getting married, there are some things that you really have to make sure that you strongly consider.
Yep.
So anyway, we'd like to hear from you guys on this topic, marriage. Do you know somebody that's got married for the wrong reasons? Or maybe you did. Maybe this is your second time around and you said, you know what, the first time I did this, I did not do this right. I really should have thought this through differently. I didn't have the advice. I didn't have the wisdom. I didn't have the insight. But now this is where I am. Please connect with us. We want to hear your story. So thank you for joining us on today's show. Make sure you connect with us on Facebook and Instagram. Check out our website for content and resources, fusedmarriages.com. Let's talk about it.
You're listening to Fused with Tristan and Michael. You're listening to Fused with Tristan and Michael.